What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel where it's all about honoring God with our finances and with our life. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how you can pay your kids a tax-free wage, even if they're under the age of 16. So in this channel, we're all about honoring God, right? And in the Bible, it talks about how we're to be good stewards of the resources that he gives us. Now that includes our finances. And one way that we can be better stewards of our finances is by making sure that we take every advantage that the US government gives us when it comes to saving money on our taxes. Now, the reason we want to do that is because then we can then use that money and it'll go further in the lives of the people around us. And we get to use that money to help other people as well. So we got to take full advantage because guess what? The tax code was invented by the US government so that we as citizens could take advantage of it, because they know that when you take advantage of the tax code, you're actually going to be producing more income. And that income is going to be used to stimulate the economy, whether it be hiring more employees because your business is growing or investing in other equipment. Anything like that, they know you're going to be making more money if you take advantage of the tax code, and they want you to do that. So that's why they incentivize certain things. And one of those things that the government incentivizes us to do is hire our kids to be a part of our business. Now, why would the government want to do that? My theory is that it's going to be very beneficial for the economy for these children to be learning a skill even when they're younger, because they're going to go into the workforce with more experience. They're going to be able to produce more in the long run. So it's beneficial for us to teach our skills that we know to our kids, and I believe that's why the government incentivizes us to hire these kids. So really quickly, guys, this video is just going to be two different things that you need to make sure that you do when you're hiring your kids that are under the age of 14. And have you ever seen one of those commercials where it's a car dealership commercial and there's these kids that are in it and they're really bad actors and they're saying the dealership motto or whatever it is, and they're just really not that great and it's kind of cringy to watch? Yeah, I remember watching a lot of those commercials growing up, and I never understood it. Like, why would they just not hire professional actors? Can they not afford that? But here's the thing, guys. These people, the owners of this dealership, were smart. They were hiring their kids so that they can pay them a tax-free wage. Now, whatever wage that was, I have no idea, but it was really smart of them. And if they're savvy with that money and they put it in an interest-bearing account, guess what, guys? Those little kids that we watched on all those car dealership commercials, they're probably financially free right now, and they haven't even started their careers yet. Why? Because their parents were taking advantage of the tax code and hiring them early when they were little kids. So if you don't know any CPAs, certified public accountants, then you need to be following some online, because nowadays with TikTok and Instagram Reels, there's a lot of people just dropping free knowledge for us so that we can learn about the tax code. And these are actual CPAs. Remember, I am not a CPA. This is just stuff that I've been learning that I want to share with you guys. And I am not an expert. So this is for educational purposes only. But you can actually be following CPAs that are legit, that know exactly what they're talking about, and all the tax codes that go along with what they're talking about. I don't know that specific stuff, but this video was actually inspired by one of those CPAs. His name is Matt Bontragar. I'm not too sure how to pronounce the last name, but I follow Matt on Instagram, and he is constantly putting out reels and other content. I'll link his stuff here in this video. One of his videos, he was talking about paying your kids up to $12,000 tax-free, and I was like, you know what? I need to look into that. And so that's exactly what I did. And as a result, I'm going to start paying my kid here in 2021. And I'll talk about that here at the end of this video. But the two things that you need to make sure that you do when you hire your kids is this. Number one, you need to make sure that they're actually an employee of your business legally. So what that means is you have to have an EIN number as a business, and you need to make sure that they're labeled in your business as an employee. That means they need to fill out the I-9 form, the W-9 form as well, and just make sure that they're registered legit in your business, whether you put them on a salary or whether you're hiring them for contract labor. No matter what it is, they got to be registered as an employee, because the government is going to want to see that. And number two, your children should be paid a reasonable income. They got to be paid normal rates when it comes to whatever job that they're doing, whether they're answering the phone as a receptionist or they're mowing lawns for your real estate investment company, whatever it is that they're doing, you got to make sure that they're being paid a normal wage and they're not just having this like skyrocketed salary. Because again, the government will see that. That'll be a huge red flag, and they'll make you pay taxes on the difference. Now, there are a lot of restrictions when it comes to hiring your kids if they're under the age of 14. But a few things that they can do are, I think it's newspaper deliveries, a few babysittings here and there, and then also they can be hired as a model or an actor, like we talked about earlier with these commercials, right? So one thing that I'm looking into this year is, how can I hire my son, who is a little bit over 1 year old, to be a model for our real estate company? I mean, the real estate company technically is named after him. It's called Judah Properties. So we got to get him involved some way, right? Maybe he's like the face of the business. I have no idea, but we're going to figure out how to make him a model for the real estate company. And I'll probably pay him like $100 a month. I'm not too sure. But with the money that I pay Judah, I'm going to be putting that away in a compounding interest account that is going to be able to grow over time, so that by the time he's 18, he has a substantial amount of money ready for him to go as he starts the rest of his life. Now, on top of that, as Judah grows up, I'm going to be hiring him for more skilled positions. For example, becoming my property manager. You know, right now we just have a fourplex, but eventually we're going to have more properties and he's going to be managing them. You know, I'm going to hire him to do that. I'm going to teach him how to do that skill. And with that, all that money is going to be tax-free. You know, if he makes above $12,000, then whatever goes above $12,000 is what's going to get taxed by the government. But it all depends on the tax code whenever he's that age, because it could completely change and be different, or it could be a lot better. So I have no idea, but that is the plan for right now. And on top of that, he learns a really cool skill, because who would not want to hire a kid who has 4 years of property management experience by the time they graduated high school? That'd be pretty cool. And so that's why I believe also the government incentivizes us to hire our kids, so that we can teach them these skills so that they can go out and produce money for the economy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit quicker than most of the ones I do, but I just wanted to get this information out to you guys so that it kind of jogs your mind a little bit in this direction on how can we save the most money when it comes to our taxes. Because as an entrepreneur, remember, we pay all of our taxes and we got to do our best to be good stewards and take advantage of the things that the government allows us to do. So with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Would you mind liking it for me? And if you enjoy this content, subscribe as well to this channel. It would really mean a lot to me. And with all that being said, guys, I'm Ben. Garcia in the next one.